I think it's always important to celebrate achievement because in a place like Cornwall, for many years in the past, people thought that everything good was being done outside Cornwall. But as we learn at these events, each year we realise how much achievement there has been in the last 12 months. So it's very important to compliment people on what they've done, celebrate what they've done, and recognise those tremendous achievements. I think having an event like this also brings together people who are from such a wide range of backgrounds and are all contributing to one thing, which is to make sure Cornwall works. The CUC was an absolutely brand new project as far as Europe was concerned, because Cornwall put forward an idea which was to actually lead regeneration by using higher education. And they came up with the concept of a combined universities in Cornwall, which was not a university in its own right, but was actually a combination of 3 higher education institutions: the University of Exeter, the University of Plymouth, and Falmouth College of Art, which became University College Falmouth. And this was a completely innovative idea, which subsequently Europe has rolled out in terms of the new entrance to Europe, trying to indicate to them how important education is for regeneration. So what essentially happened was that CUC started in about year 2000. It was a linkage between the 3 higher education institutions and the further education colleges. And the idea was that the whole of Cornwall would have the opportunity to have higher education of some form within the county, rather than having to move out of county to get a university education, for instance. And from that idea has grown the Tremoe campus, which was the hub of the original CUC, plus, of course, such things as the medical school, which has got outposts in Truro. The technical colleges in turn have developed and have had campuses distributed throughout Cornwall. So as a regeneration project, it's been remarkably successful. And having been in from day one, I think it's one that all of us that were there back in 2000 can be very proud, because it's laid the foundation for higher education in Cornwall, which now has, as far as Exeter is concerned, for instance, a Russell Group University associated with Cornwall, which couldn't have possibly been envisaged 12 years ago. The ESF, the European Social Fund in higher education, is a very interesting idea, because I've actually been involved in it probably since the late 1980s, when the Camborne School of Mines had an ESF grant to educate degree-level students. And this was quite a departure, because up until that time it had essentially been aimed at lower level qualifications. But there was a round at the end of the 1980s, a round requesting bids from universities. And we were fortunate in Cornwall to get one of the largest awards relative to the size of institution. And that allowed students who possibly otherwise would not have been able to have afforded to come to higher education, or even thought about doing vocational work, to actually benefit from a degree. When the CUC started, of course, that was a major effect of that was to see the linkage between ESF funding and other sources of funding, such as Research Council funding, so that it has a variety of uses. It can either be just for undergraduates in terms of project work, in terms of making sure we have such things as unlocking Cornish potential, but also the opportunity to match fund with research grant funding so that we can develop the research base within Cornwall. So ESF has been an absolutely essential part of higher education within Cornwall.